Babe, wake up! Alexandra Swarens, the CEO of independent lesbian cinema that's actually kinda good, has returned from war with a new film. That came out last year, but we're talking about it now. Gay, but not that efficient. Unlike Michelangelo, who painted the Sistine Chapel with no caffeine whatsoever. That was gay efficiency. I have no excuse. Anyway, Swaren's latest work has everything. A 500-hour lesbian first date, a beautiful French woman who will have you booking a trip to Paris in the delusional hopes of finding someone just like her, chemistry so intense it could fuel the electricity in New York City for 87 years, pigeons showing up at the lesbian picnic to show their support for gay arts, and definitely not for potential food crumbs, and Alexandra Swaren's nipples finally making a cameo, which was appreciated by me in a academic, respectful, feminist, but also lesbian way. Look, all I'm saying is that Portrait of a Lady on Fire has been real quiet since this film dropped. Celine Sciamma has gone into witness protection. What? Yeah, my Leo queen, Alexandra Swarens, has leveled up out of her light-hearted lesbian holiday cinema era into her profound French lesbian cinema smoking a cigarette era. Nice. While I was sleeping, she was busy studying the greats, and now this film exists, keeping her nourished throughout the winter, whilst I will surely perish in the tundra of my own making. But the real question is this film as good as Looking for Her? Well, it's different. Hi guys, welcome to a video, and in today's video we're just going to be discussing Alexandra Swaren's latest film, See You Soon. If you're not familiar with this film, it follows a woman en route to Italy for her sister's wedding, who finds herself on an unexpected journey of self-discovery during a layover in France. Amid the bustling streets of Paris, a chance encounter with a captivating French woman ignites an instant life-altering connection. As their paths intertwine over a single day, they explore the city's charm, confront their own vulnerabilities, and uncover a profound bond that challenges everything they thought they knew about love, destiny, and the power of a single moment. Thank you, Tello Films, for that marvelous introduction. Are there any spoilers in this video? I mean, the film is about two women who get together. Like, that's the story. But you enter this swamp at your own risk. So, let's get into it. Why wink at the people? Honestly, I found this film to be an incredibly beautiful and meaningful piece of work that is markedly different from Swaren's previous productions, yet still contains that signature depth. I will say right here that this is not a film for those with short attention spans. So if that's you, call me. And it is a noticeably independent production, but this is one of those rare instances where the amateur element is complementary to the themes and aura of the film and feels charming rather than distracting. One thing that Swarens excels at in her productions is creating a feeling of authenticity within them, and See You Soon is no exception. The film feels as though you are watching a genuine connection unfold between two real people in real life, and it's to the point where I questioned if parts of this film were even scripted. It feels that organic. Clementine Panay was the perfect casting choice for the role of Juliet, and as mentioned, the connection between her character and Swaren's character Kate feels genuine, and their chemistry is palpable from the very beginning. There was also this beautiful vulnerability between the two of them, which allowed for some incredibly emotionally raw moments in the film, which may or may not have caused my dead heart to beat again temporarily. And all of that in combination with the intelligent, emotional acting and directing choices is what makes See You Soon such an immersive and engaging piece of work. I also appreciated how the love scenes between Kate and Juliet contained a lot of emotional intimacy and connection, which, despite their brevity, made them absorbing and fulfilling. It's that female gaze, baby. Swarens has a real talent for portraying lesbian intimacy in a tasteful and meaningful way that also happens to be interesting in terms of lesbian science. As a side note, I love that Clementine Panay has slight Guinevere Turner vibes, because it complements the aspects of the film which appear to be homages to other lesbian films and filmmakers. I mean, I'm sure it's coincidental, it just made my lesbian cinema nerd heart happy. That's all. See You Soon also offers something different in that it's a more concentrated and intimate piece of work that focuses on character and connection as opposed to a plot, and it also feels more artistically experimental and aware than Swarin's previous works. For example, there's a metatextual element to the film where Kate is reading the book Letters to a Young Poet by Rainer Maria Rilke, in which Rilke, over the course of 10 letters, proceeds to advise a young cadet officer, Franz Zaffer Kapus, on how a poet should feel, love and seek truth in trying to understand and experience the world around him and engage the world of art. And in See You Soon, Kate talks about how Rilke, in one of his letters, advises going inward in the pursuit of artistic satisfaction, which is a concept mirrored in the themes of the film, with its focus on character and connection as opposed to plot. And there are further parallels with the first letter in Rilke's book being written in Paris before he goes on to travel to Italy, and Kate stopping in Paris en route to Italy herself. It's also notable that the film merges the philosophical and artistic themes in Rilke's book with the themes of the cheesy romance novel that Juliet is reading, and the merging of Kate and Juliet's characters, who are associated with these two books respectively, is symbolic of the merging of the foundational concepts and themes for the film. As a piece of art, See You Soon contains some gorgeous mise-en-scène. Well, it is set in France after all, and I especially love that there were certain shots that felt of the moment as opposed to planned for, as it complemented the slice of life aspect of the film. The cinematography in See You Soon is also interesting in that for the most part it's neutral and allows the viewer to form their own interpretations of the interactions that are happening between Kate and Juliet. I also found it interesting that in a couple of scenes the cinematography shuts the viewer out of certain interactions, and this reframes moments of lesbian intimacy and connection as being between the two female characters and not for the gratification of the audience, something which challenges the way we consume both women and lesbian intimacy in cinema and is reminiscent of Chantal Akerman's filmmaking. So this may have potentially been yet another lesbian cinema related homage, and all of this alongside the fact that the film focuses on an unfolding connection solely between two women makes See You Soon, even if inadvertently, a feminist piece of cinema that still feels precious and refreshing even in today's world. As a lesbian cherry on top of all of this delicious cake, the film also ends on a romantic and hopeful note, with Juliet joining Kate on the train she's leaving on, which was heartwarming and presumably a nod to Desert Hearts. Luckily, Swarens has a talent for making cliché romantic moments feel appropriate and charming rather than lazy and mawkish, and we love to see it. I don't have any real criticisms for See You Soon. I mean, perhaps there were technical aspects which could have been more finely tuned, but considering the film's low budget, it doesn't seem fair to split hairs. I truly think if a filmmaker like Alexandra Swarens had more access to resources, she could make a standout contribution to lesbian cinema. And that's not to say that she hasn't already made a significant contribution with her work, because she has, but her artistry could be elevated to a whole other level if she just had that support. That's why it's so frustrating when you have these filmmakers such as Ethan Coen and Todd Field, who have investors throwing millions of dollars at their empty, exploitative, lesbian cinematic cries for relevancy just because of their connection and privilege, whilst serious artists looking to make meaningful and authentic pieces of lesbian cinema struggle to scrape together any funds at all and are always working with the bare minimum. I mean, I listen to so many female directors talking about having to rely on favours or digging into their own pockets, but I guess it's not called the rat race for no reason. Okay guys, thanks for watching this review. An extra special thank you to my members on Ko-Fi. Those were the sounds of love for supporting lesbian content and my caffeine addiction. This channel runs on caffeine and the ghosts of homosexual past. Michelangelo, I am not, although we are both gay, or at least that's what the evidence suggests. Sistine Chapel's quite homoerotic, I think. I once heard a gay guy say that Christianity is just about repressed homosexuality and it wrenched open my third eye. That's for another video. If you've seen See You Soon, let me know what you thought of it down in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe for instant disappointment and to see you guys soon. Bye!